This is for you Gen Yers out there, because there is so much potential for you out in the workplace, and to develop a career, or even to create wealth and to get into business and develop business. There's never been more opportunities available to you. And I don't even know if you realize, but you're actually the largest category population to date. Over 50% of the population today is under 30, and there is just so much potential. But what's gonna set you apart from everybody else? You have to understand that you are branding yourself all the time. And people ask me, how did you start your business at 21 years old? And how did you have people take you seriously, especially since you have a baby face? I mean, literally just the other day, I went to go see a movie with my wife, and the person ID'd me at the movie theater. Never ever happened to me before. Even when I was 15, I didn't get ID'd, and I got ID'd that I had to be over 18, and I didn't have my wallet on me, and I was grabbing my wife over and explaining to her I have a daughter. I'm showing her pictures on my Facebook and my birthday on my Facebook, and it just made me think that, yeah, it was crazy getting started at 21. And one of my fears was, is anyone going to take me seriously? And I understood that I had to represent myself. You're always selling yourself. When you go for an interview or you go to work for a company, you are selling yourself on that company. And what sets you apart today, because everybody's got a degree, everybody's coming out of college, and their resumes are very similar and look alike, what's going to set them apart is you. And the way that you represent yourself. Not just the way you dress, which is very important. And I know Gen Y today and the Google craze is casual and comfortable. And yes, they are way ahead of your time, but not everybody is gonna be the way that those owners are. And you have to understand that even if you overdress, it's not gonna be a bad impression. You can't go wrong. So I understood I had to go out and get a suit, and I had to get a tie, and I had to learn how to match ties and get a power tie, and that there's a little accent color in your tie matches your shirt. And of course, most of the time the ladies can help you with that and teach you. So I thank God I had a great woman by my side that was able to teach me how to dress, and so people would take me seriously. But more than that, it's the way you communicate with people. It's how to represent yourself. And a lot today is also on social media. And don't think that these companies aren't researching you on social media and trying to look at your Facebook and look at your Instagram. And if you have crazy pictures on there, it's not that you got to take them down, but find a way to make your profile private. So as you are interviewing or you are in business, that people don't find those things and make a judgment about you because, maybe they weren't there and you took a fun picture, and they just interpret it the wrong way. Because it's not necessarily what you did it for, it's what people see. We always have a saying too, it's not what you say, it's what people hear. So it's their interpretation of what you're doing and of who you are. So you're branding yourself. You're always branding today. And there are just so many books out there. I mean, just go to one of the bookstores, go on Amazon, type in success or confidence books, self-help books. And when I first heard self-help, I was like, well, I don't really need self-help. It seemed kind of funny to me, but it's really just a category of books that'll help you give insight into how other people became successful, some of their thoughts, the way they think. And I understood the difference between someone who is successful and not successful is really just the way they think. That's the only difference. And the only way to change the way you think is to get information from other sources and from people that think differently. And there's just so many books on it. Self-confidence is huge in any avenue that you want to be successful in. And that comes across because it comes across in the way you carry yourself, it comes across in your posture, the way that you sit upright, the way that you stand, the way that you walk into a room, the way that you shake somebody's hand. It's not just what you say, it's the music that comes through, and that comes from the inner confidence. And confidence comes from knowledge and from being educated on the topics that you're talking about. And one of the best topics you can ever have is the confidence you have in yourself and your abilities, and how to communicate that to somebody, not in an arrogantly way, but just in a confident way. And that's going to make the difference.